This is the 2024 Kia Sorento X Pro. This is the more off-roadable trim that's brand new for 2024, and there's also an X line. There are some variances between the two. There's also an upgraded front grille and some changes on the inside as well. Let's get started with the front of the vehicle. First thing you're going to notice is the LED headlights are different. This is part of the new headlight design that Kia is bringing across the full lineup. Now, if you look at the Telluride and some of the other vehicles like the Seltos across the full lineup, you're going to start seeing that familiar shark nose front end. You'll also see the new Kia logo that is matte, as well as black details, because this is the X Pro SX Prestige test vehicle we have. There are new wheel designs for the X Pro, but this is a 17-inch tire because for off-road you want more tire and less wheel. When you go to the other Prestige lines, you're going to go up to a 20-inch rim. This is an all-season but a pretty aggressive tire that you could use year-round. You'll also notice the black wheel arches again. It's all about the off-road ability of this vehicle. The Sorento is a mid-size SUV that has a front engine, and it either comes in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Holds 6 to 7 passengers, and this 4-door SUV is available in 8 trims. The LX, S, EX, SX, EXX line, which is the new trim, SX trim line, as well as the SX Prestige and the SX Prestige X Pro. Lots of different letter combinations to make it more complicated for consumers. Kind of wish there was less choices. You buy an X Pro, you can buy it in this way. You buy an X line, you buy it that way. That would be a nice way to simplify some of the lineup. But what you're getting with the X Pro, besides the visual upgrade, which includes the gloss black grills in front, you have skid plates that are molded underneath, 20-inch wheels are available on the X line, and 17 on the X Pro, like I said, for the off-road ability. So you might be asking, what's the difference between the X line and the X Pro? Well, actually, it's $1,000 more for the X Pro SX Prestige, which is our test vehicle, but you get the 17-inch tires. That's pretty much it. Across the lineup, you do get that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, but there is no basic maintenance included. There is a panoramic glass roof available, as well as black roof rails on our test vehicle. You will also notice that wing. Pretty nice looking, makes it a little bit more sportier. One of the things I've been asking for, and yes, Kia has done that, they have tucked up that rear wiper blade underneath the wing. Really important because the cost of those little short blades are expensive, but also protects it, so if you're using an ice scraper, and it makes it look cleaner. So for aerodynamics, all positives, tucking that wiper blade underneath. Thank you, Kia, for listening to us as we constantly bring this up. You've got your camera here, logo, Sorento here, and this is an X Pro, LED taillights, and really nice and clean across the back. Again, all improvements for 2024. Under the hood are 2 engine options that either come front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine has 191 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in 9.6 seconds. Fuel economy, 23 miles to the gallon city and 31 on the highway. Or the optional engine, which is in our test car, is the turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. It's available with a 281 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 time is 6 seconds. It gets 20 miles to the gallon city and 29 on the highway. The base engine is backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, and the hybrid model uses a 6-speed automatic. Maximum towing capacity, 4,000 pounds. When it comes to seating, leather upholstery on the front seats are heated and ventilated on our test vehicle. Below the EX trim level, you would get a bench seat. Captain's chairs are heated on the SX models and above. Getting into the second row, there is a lot of legroom. In addition, first thing you're going to notice is a cup holder built into the door, which I like rather than having a center console. Everybody's got their own corner because you know how kids are when they're in the back seat. Also, it's good for adults as well. You've got storage in the door, upper and lower. You've got additional pockets here and 2 USB-C charge ports built right into the seats. And you have a 12-volt outlet as well as a wall outlet here for charging. Armrests are here. They're adjustable. Really nice to have, especially so you can have comfort on the road. Lots of headroom and a panoramic glass roof. One additional really nice feature, sunshades. Great when you have little kids and children in the back seat. And of course, those who like to play with these things like me. Going into the third row, you'll see that you can put child safety seats on both seats, which is not typical of some of the competitors. That plus the front seats, you can put 4 child safety seats in this vehicle. 0 to 60 in the turbocharged larger motor is 6 seconds. Here we go. In sport mode, there's a smart mode, an eco mode, a winter mode. More than enough, very little turbo lag. really easy to drive and a very comfortable ride. I've been driving this for about a week, some off-road, light off-roading. As soon as you step in the vehicle, the first thing you notice is two 12.3-inch very large screens, which are nice and low and clean with no dash cover, which I like. It's nice and clean and modern. Not a fan of that auto off technology. I'm going to shut that off because you can shut it off. In some vehicles you can't. You've got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is corded. You also have Bose wireless charging, tons of charge ports, USB-Cs all over the place. Really nicely done. Clean interior materials that have some nice grit to them, so you actually feel like you're touching real wood. I doubt it's real wood. Linear vents across the front, and if you've driven a Kia lately, you'll see they've got this new setup. It was also started in the EV6. You can have all of your regular controls or your climate controls all digital right in front of you. Below that, you've got heated and ventilated 3-stage seats. In our test vehicle, we have heated seats in the second row as well. Of course, it's not available in the third. You've got paddle shifters if you're doing some light off-roading, and we're going to do that right now. So light off-roading, what does that really mean? That means you're going to a campsite, a soccer tournament, something that's easy to access but not requiring a serious off-road vehicle. So there's a local gypsum mine that's all closed, and we like to drive through it because it has some rough roads, and you can kind of get a feel for what this vehicle will be like if you were to drive it light off-roading. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is it does do a great job absorbing a lot of this. There's also a locking rear differential, and there are skid plates. Hopefully you won't need them, but they're there to protect the undercarriage of the vehicle. They are molded plastic, they are not metal. And a true off-road vehicle does have a spare tire, which we'll show you when we get to cargo space. Hill descent is not needed here, but there is hill descent available. All of the drive modes are right behind your standard Prindle, and it's really easy just to dial. Everything here is very intuitive. It's easy to use, and they've really thought about that when it comes to the Kia product lineup. And you'll notice it whether you're driving a Telluride, a Seltos, you name it. They've got it all figured out and all very intuitive, so if you move up in product size or down, you won't feel like you've walked into a completely new vehicle and it's alien to you. All your controls are on the steering wheel. You've got your ability to change the screens in front of you, which I really like. Of course, your audio controls and all that are on the left, and your different modes. There are 2 memory seat settings, and the seats are really comfortable. Like I said, I've been driving this around for a week, and this vehicle has been a real joy to drive, to be honest with you. And no, they're not paying me to say that. I just really like what they've come to at this point. When the Kia Sorento first hit the market, it was okay. Now it's one of the leaders in the pack. One of my favorite safety features is the blind spot camera. It's right here. When you have this, you can see what's going on, whether it's left or it's the right. It's really nice to be able to see. The only optional safety feature is adaptive cruise control, but all the rest of the safety features like forward collision warning, backup cameras, and so forth are all standard, and that is really important. Going into reverse, you'll see that you have an around view camera, and one of the things that they offer is the ability to see where this vehicle is. Isn't that nice? That's pretty cool. For cargo space, you have 13 cubic feet of storage, which is enough for about 5 grocery bags across the back. Underneath, you have additional storage underneath this cover, and there's nothing more than a jack as the spare tire is located underneath. Third row seating folds down pretty simply. Pull and drop, pull and drop, and now you're up to 45 cubic feet of storage. Fold down that second row and you're at 76 cubic feet of storage, and that can be done quite easily. Right here on the inside is 1, 2. Pretty simple. Of course, folding them up, well, that's manual. Third row is on tether straps, which is pretty easy and certainly not difficult to do. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the Kia Sorento. First off, 2 engine choices, really good, lots of different trim levels. Although it is complicated, it allows you to choose the one that's right for you. Interior is great, technology is easy to use, everything works as stated, and it has a very comfortable ride. On the negative side, well, that third row is kind of tight, but if you need more room, you go to the Telluride. As I've always said, the dealers call it the Celluride because the moment they hit the dealer floor, they are gone. But overall, the Kia Sorento really performs, and this vehicle is built in the United States. Now let's talk about some of the competitors. We've got the Mitsubishi Outlander, Nissan Rogue, Subaru Ascent, which is always known for off-roading, Honda Passport, the Chevy Blazer, the Hyundai Santa Fe, the Ford Bronco, which is definitely more off-road worthy than the X Pro, Mazda CX-5, and the Mazda CX-50, which which is their more sporty brand, Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Jeeps are always known for off-road, and the Toyota Highlander, and there is still a few others that cross over whether you want to go to the luxury side or you're looking for less options. So make sure to take each one for a test drive before you make a decision. I'll list these down below and links to the reviews that we've done so that you can do all your homework in one place. Now let's get to the price. The price of the 2024 Kia Sorento starts at $33,365. That's for the entry level. Start building your way up and you're at $48,765, which is the price for our 2024 Kia Sorento X-Pro SX Prestige. Lots of words there. Overall, this vehicle is a 3-row SUV that is a very flexible vehicle to own. If you want to haul a lot of things, you can. If you don't want, you don't have to. Captain's chairs in the second row and the higher trim levels, I really like that as well. Lots of pluses when it comes to Kia, as well as that long warranty. If you have any additional questions, put them in the comments down below. Be sure to start that conversation. If you get value from this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Help us move up the leaderboard. We do appreciate your support. All my links on how to reach me are down below, and you can support me by buying me a cup of coffee, and the link for that is in the description as well. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Lauren Fix, and we'll see you next time.